This is how we position on a ZvZ when we're squaring up with another enemy Zerg, and our this is how we'll, when I say dismount and food up and all that, this is a position we want to take. So we want to look like a slice of pizza, which is a triangle. We do not want to look like a French fry, which is kind of like a straight line, because you will be too clumped. And the idea of the pizza is to spread out. The star tank is going to be your main engage, and the blue stars are going to be your engage helpers and defensive tanks. They're going to be positioned around the main tank, but not on top of them to clump them. You will have a tank healer who is a very experienced healer watching out for the tanks. If the tank healer is generally in the kill zone, so it's a very difficult place to be and position to play, so only good for experienced healers. The DPS, you generally want to line up in the back. These are the purple dots. And you want the healers to be behind the DPS, kind of towards the middle of the pizza slice. As where the DPS can be on the outsides of the pizza slice, so that they're getting around the D-tanks for the engage. The distance between this main tank and the healers and DPS in the back is approximately one screen. So this means that you shouldn't be able to see my character model, but you should be able to see as the main engage tank, you should be able to see my nameplate and the mark on me just on the top of your screen. And that's the right positioning that you can stay away from their engage and still be effective in our engage. When we engage, it's tempting for everybody to run on the occult or the purple carpet that speeds you up. That is this arrow here. If everybody does this, we're going to be a French fry. If they engage on that, we lose the ZvZ. So we need other people not using the occult staff to play higher up to make up for that non-speed boost. Like when I go 5, 4, 3, these dots should be moving forward, anticipating an engage. And you want to come in, which is on the next position. You want to come in like this so that you're coming. So these are wind walls, and there's their defensive tanks, wind walls, and God knows what else. So you want to get around their defensive tanks. It's okay to stand on top their defensive tanks to get your damage where this main engage will be kind of in the middle of their Zerg. And I'm going to try and get their backline and good targets right here. And then our DPS is going to come in like this. If you think about it like football, you're like wide receivers taking different routes so that people can't stop all the routes. So if this route gets canceled and that route gets canceled, then 3 still get through. Our damage is still lethal here when we're engaging here. So be comfortable standing on top their defensive tanks. You have to be in a position where you understand, especially if we call their engage and we're counter engaging, that their engage is down. You're fine for every engage is about 30 seconds. So you're fine for 10 to 15 seconds to be basically on top their Zerg. And then once that 10 to 15 seconds is over, you need to retreat back into this position. So they're engaged, they're engaged, they're engaged. Where again, we're spread out a screen away in good position. And that is basically, I'd say, the first 2 positions of ZvZ, which is squaring up for the fight, anticipating their engage, and then our engage.